Selangor Mansion and Malayan Mansion latest to be placed under EMCO. All COVID-19 red zones disinfected as of now. Good evening and thanks for joining us. You're watching News on 2 with me, Muhammad Amin Carlos. Well, another 170 new COVID-19 cases have been reported, bringing the total to 3,963 cases as of today. In his daily COVID-19 press conference, Health Director General Dr. Noor Hisham Abdullah also said that 80 patients have recovered, bringing the total to 1,321 cases. He also reported another COVID-19 death for a total of 63 fatalities from the disease.
Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia ingin memaklumkan bahawa terdapat 80 kes yang telah pulih dan dibenarkan discharge pada hari ini. Ini menjadikan jumlah kumulatif kes yang telah pulih sepenuhnya daripada jangkitan COVID-19 dan telah discharge daripada ward adalah sebanyak 1,321 kes bersamaan dengan 33.3% daripada jumlah keseluruhan kes. Duka cita dimaklumkan bahawa terdapat pertambahan 1 kematian berkaitan dengan COVID-19. Justru jumlah kumulatif kes kematian COVID-19 di Malaysia adalah sebanyak 63 kes bersamaan dengan 1.6% daripada jumlah keseluruhan kes.
Dr. Noor Hisham added that a total of 92 cases were being treated in the intensive care units or ICU, and 50 of those cases needed ventilators. Selangor Mansion and Malayan Mansion buildings at Jalan Masjid India in Kuala Lumpur have become the latest locations to be placed under the Enhanced Movement Control Order or EMCO. Now, Senior Minister Dr. Sri Ismail Sabri says the EMCO comes following the confirmation of 15 positive COVID-19 cases in the two buildings.
PKPD ini akan melibatkan penghuni di 365 unit kediaman dan premis perniagaan. Perintah ini akan berkuat kuasa 7 hari bulan April 2020 iaitu hari ini sehingga proses pengesanan kes dari unit ke unit selesai. Jadi waktu 14 hari PKPD dilaksanakan, saringan kesihatan wajib kepada setiap penghuni yang menghuni di situ.
With the implementation of the EMCO, Dr. Sri Ismail Sabri said all entry and exit points to the areas will be sealed and that a medical base will be set up in the area. The senior minister also urged the residents in the affected areas to remain calm and provide full cooperation to the health personnel and the authorities' instruction throughout the EMCO. Previously, the EMCO were announced in Simpang Renggam, Johor, Sungai Lui in Selangor and Menara City 1 in Kuala Lumpur. Well, meanwhile, the government has gazetted 45 three-star hotels and above as quarantine centers for COVID-19 infection cases. Dr. Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob said the government will only cover the expenses of hotel accommodation and food up to 150 ringgit per day. Extra expenses like laundry and other services must be paid by the respective individuals under quarantine. Dr. Sri Ismail Sabri explained that the government decided to use hotels as a quarantine center after receiving requests from foreign embassies to quarantine their diplomats who returned from overseas at hotels as they agreed to bear the cost.
Ada permintaan daripada mereka yang individu yang ingin di kuarantin tersebut ingin memohon supaya mereka boleh memilih hotel mereka sendiri. Jadi seperti saya katakan, hotel yang ditanggung oleh kerajaan adalah hotel yang kosnya 150. Jika mereka ingin memilih hotel mereka sendiri dengan bilik yang berbeza, mereka perlu membayar sendiri. Ianya tidak ditanggung oleh kerajaan.
However, the minister stressed that the individuals can only choose hotels which has been designated by the government. He noted that although they stay in hotels, but the SOP remains the same like how it is now at other centers. Well, Dr. Sri Ismail Sabri also confirmed that to date, all COVID-19 red zones have been disinfected. According to the senior minister, the Housing and Local Government Ministry has conducted a total of 666 public sanitization operations at 79 zones throughout the country, including 18 red zones and 21 orange zones.
Kawasan yang turut dinyah cemar adalah 514 bangunan kerajaan, 12 projek perumahan rakyat yang melibatkan 16,476 unit rumah. Dan jumlah keseluruhan PPR yang dinyah cemar adalah 17 PPR yang melibatkan 24,077 unit rumah.
Well, it seems that city folks have finally understood and obeyed the Movement Control Order, MCO, judging by a routine survey by an RTN crew at several locations in the city centre on the 21st day of the MCO. Now, the traffic volume have been seen a significant reduction as there are less cars seen on the city roads, and even if there is any, most of them were either frontliners going to their respective workplaces or those in need of daily necessities. Now, among the locations that have seen a positive change in attitude are Jalan Lokyu, Bukit Bintang, Monorail and Teras Kajang Expressway around Connaught. Now, these areas showed massive drops in the number of vehicles, especially since the second phase of MCO, where roadblocks are more frequent and security is even tighter, with the participation of the military to help out the police. Now, those going to work are required to show a letter from their respective employers as proof, while e-hailing vehicles and private cars must give valid and logic reasons before they are allowed to proceed. Now, let's hope this trend continues as the country faces the challenge of stopping the fatal change and chain of infections brought about by COVID-19. Well, as a national organization who holds care for the community and nation at heart, Plus Malaysia Berhad, Plus, felt a compelling need to help the medical fraternity who is fiercely battling the COVID-19. Now, to this end, Plus is contributing medical supplies and personal protective equipment worth 1.2 million ringgit to Hospital Kuala Lumpur, or HKL, and Hospital Sungai Buloh, HSB, to help combat this global pandemic. Well, Plus Managing Director Dr. Azman Ismail said as the entire staff force of both HKL and HSB are focused on treating COVID-19 patients, Plus will assist with the procurement process, where it will purchase directly from the suppliers and coordinate the delivery of the equipment to each hospital. Dr. Azman further said Plus supports the government's initiatives in combating COVID-19 and strongly advises Malaysians to stay home and keep their families safe and healthy while helping to flatten the spread of the virus. He added that this was to lessen the burden of their respective hospital procurement teams during this trying times. Now, HKL Director Dr. Herik Kore expressed his utmost appreciation to Plus for its assistance in donating personal protective equipment at the cost of approximately 938,000 ringgit to ensure the safety of our medical frontliners at the COVID-19 screening center and wards in Hospital Kuala Lumpur. Meanwhile, HSB Director Dr. Kuldip Kaur said the donation will be a great help in aiding and accommodating the fight against COVID-19. Well, 70 out of 125 students of Madrasah Kampung Air Merbau in Jasin, Melaka were brought to the Alor Gajah Quarantine Centre this evening. Well, the rest will also be brought to the centre once they report themselves to the madrasah. The quarantine exercise was done after 20 of the school's students and teachers were identified as positive COVID-19, as they were believed to be linked with the Tabligh cluster in Seri Petaling. Jasin Police Chief DSP Mispani Hamdan said the well-being of the students and teachers in quarantine will be managed by the State Health Department and their movement will be monitored by the police.
Dan aktiviti daripada kami di sini kita lebih pada ni lah untuk pemantauan dari berkala lah. Dari setiap hari kita akan pemantauan di kawasan sini untuk memastikan karantin dibuat, yang mana semalam 25 yang telah dikarantin telah dipindahkan ke Kret Alur Gajah, dan hari ini ada berwakil lagi lebih kurang anggaran lebih kurang 70 orang lah. Sekarang tengah menunggu daripada pihak keluarga untuk menghantar anak-anak di sini untuk dihantar pihak KKM akan mengambil pelajar-pelajar ini untuk dibawa ke Kret Alur Gajah.
DSP Misbani said this after briefing parents and families of the students and teachers involved on the situation, while at the same time advising them to always adhere to the Movement Control Order, MCO, at all times. Well, viral postings on social media that the government had imposed a lockdown throughout Jasin and Malacca following the closure of several roads there is untrue. So DSP Misbani Hamdan said the road closure at Jalan Kesang Paja in Selendar was a normal procedure, as many have been found to have used rat routes to circumvent police roadblocks. DSP Misbani also said that another road closed is the one opposite the Jasin Police Headquarters.
Bagaimana yang viral semalam tu sebenarnya tidak benar sebenarnya. Sebenarnya kita tidak ada penutupan jalan ni. Yang sebenarnya penutupan jalan semalam tu adalah kita nak tutup untuk waktu malam. Itu untuk mengelakkan orang-orang daripada pengguna jalan raya ni menggunakan jalan-jalan shortcut. Sebab di depan belah sana ni ada jalan shortcut yang mana boleh tembus ke jalan ini, yang jalan yang sama juga. Jadi tujuan dia awal ni nak maksud dia tak nak melalui laluan sekat jalan raya lah. Dan untuk bergantung pada keadaan semasa, kita pun ikut SOP kita keperluan sebenar dia.
As Jasin is the highest contributor to the number of COVID-19 cases in Malacca, and the district is still in the orange category, DSP Misbani said he had ordered for these roads to be closed to reduce mobility, although these roads still could be accessed for important matters. He added that any road user who use rat routes are violating the MCO. As such, he urged the public not to spread inaccurate or fake news, as it may cause unnecessary worry to residents, adding that stern action will be taken against those found committing such offences. Well, a total of 974 people have been arrested in Johor for defying the movement control order from 18th March until yesterday. And State Police Chief Commissioner Dato' Ayub Khan Maidin Piche said that number includes 55 new arrests that were made yesterday. Well, Dato' Ayub said those picked up were between 23 and 54 years old, adding that a total of 339 have been charged in court during the same period. Well, Dato' Ayub also urged the public to cooperate with the authorities and abide by the MCO to avoid the spread of COVID-19. Well, he said police are hoping to see greater public cooperation, as he warned that stricter action would be taken against those disobeying Phase 2 of the MCO. He also urged those with inquiries and information to contact the State Police hotline at 07221 2999 or the nearest police station. Well, Perak Menteri Besar Dato' Seri Ahmad Faisal Azumu said the state government would discuss the fate of Ramadan bazaars with stakeholders soon, including the most appropriate method to carry out such businesses. Ahmad Faisal said is that rules laid out by the World Health Organization, WHO, and the Health Ministry are adhered to, including the practice of social distancing.
Jadi kita akan ambil semua nasihat untuk kita cari satu kaedah yang paling sesuai untuk membolehkan kita meraihkan budaya kita dengan bazar Ramadan dan sebagainya tanpa kita meringankan nasihat-nasihat daripada WHO dan juga Kementerian Kesihatan.
He said this when met by reporters in Ipoh today. Several states had previously cancelled this year's Ramadan Bazaar, including Terengganu, Malacca and Johor. Well, on another note, Dato' Seri Ahmad Faisal Azumu has presented another 3 names for the positions of State Excos to the Sultan of Perak, Sultan Nazrin Muizzuddin Shah. Dato' Seri Ahmad Faisal said the appointments of the 3 Excos will be made as soon as possible.
InsyaAllah kita akan lantik dengan seberapa segera. Sebelum itu beberapa nama telah pun kita sembah, cadangkan kepada Duli Yang Maha Mulia Paduka Seri Sultan. Namun saya kira ianya akan kita laksanakan sebaik sahaja perintah kawalan pergerakan ini ditarik balik.
Previously, on 31st March, Sultan Nazrin had appointed 7 assemblymen as the new Perak State Exco members.
Yes, and Esports Malaysia Association, ESM, have created the My Esports, that's My Stay at Home Challenge tournament as a way to unearth young talents with the potential to take center stage at the international level. Now, the competition is in line with the Movement Control Order, or MCO, implemented by the government in a bid to curb the spread of COVID-19, where everyone is encouraged to stay home. Now, the ministry said in a statement that the initiative was not just a home-based activity for the duration of the MCO, but also an effort to educate the public on the potential of electronic sports being able to produce professional esports athletes. Now, the online tournament involving 13 states and 2 federal territories begins on Thursday and ends on 14th April. The event, which showcases 2 types of games, that's Mobile Legends Bang Bang, or MLBB, and Player Unknown's Battlegrounds Mobile, or PUBG Mobile, is divided into 2 stages, with the state level tournament scheduled for 9th to 10th April and the national level competition from 12th to 14th April. 64 teams comprising 320 players are expected to compete at the state level MLBB game, while another 64 teams with 256 players are being targeted for the PUBG mobile game. While esports enthusiasts or players interested in taking part can find out more about the tournament eligibility, registrations and terms of participation through ESM and KBS social media platforms. Now, registration is open to all esports fans, which began yesterday. And with that, we conclude this evening's News on 2. In our top stories, Selangor Mansion and Malayan Mansion latest to be placed under EMCO. Do join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. I'm in Carlos, and from all of us here, stay tuned to TV2. Have a pleasant evening and wash your hands.